Hello guys, it's time for gamer time. So, since the last time we talked, I've basically been sick. The cold has gone into my chest, into a cough, which is not fun. And I still work every day, but man, the only thing I've done is sleep. Play a couple games. A cool thing did happen the other day. This is a father-son thing. Whenever the library has a story time, they do, which usually goes on between 4 to 6 weeks. It's at nighttime, so I can take him. And what we do is we go to the library a little bit early before it starts. They have a playroom across from the storytime room, and he goes in there, and there's like a puppet stage, and there's a wooden train track you can put together, and a little house. And so he goes in there and plays for a little bit, and then they all go, and when all the kids are in the room, they close and lock the door for story time, and then I either look at library books or get on the internet. I got on the internet this time, and I never really been on it that much to pay attention. You only get like 180 minutes, 3 hours before each time you get on, before it automatically logs you out. So I got on, and they use it, and I opened the browser, and I went to go open the second tab, and the whole thing froze. And then after it loaded up, it was fine. And then I go, well, okay. And I opened up another tab, and the exact same thing happened. I was like, either they have no RAM on this computer, or they're running a lot of protection stuff to slow this thing down. Because I was only opening like Twitter and Facebook. I'm not opening like really extensive live stream channels or anything like that. And so I was on it, killed 40 minutes, got off of it. I always, by the way, delete my browsing history when I'm at the library computer. Just to be safe, kind of thing. And I was like, wow, that computer really sucks. And so we went home. I really need to clean up this basement. It is a pigsty. Seriously, it is like a mess. First of all, my Christmas tree is not down yet. 3 weeks ago, I put on Twitter, I'm taking out my Christmas tree. The ornaments are off of it. The lights are still on it. Need to take the tree down. Because we need to get this thing rearranged, get the game room, make sure everything's ready to wire the game room and move everything around. Tonight I plan on taking down this art desk where the camera always sits at, because we have to move this to start. Because when we moved in this house 2 years ago, we wired the upstairs. All the wires in this house were running through the attic, and what we did was we wired where everything ran down here in the basement, because the basement's an open basement. It's easier to get at. The attic is not a walk-in attic, so it sucks to go up there and try to do anything. Besides, I almost fell through the attic a couple times when we were working on that. That's a different story altogether. And they really wired this basement just messed up. They literally have a light switch that just hangs from a wire straight down, and that's it. The wire, it's not stapled to the wall. It is just literally hanging in the middle of the room, right there to turn on. Half the basement is wired together, and then it runs, and then the sub pump outside is tied into it. So every so often it triggers the breaker. So we need to this year we're going to rewire the entire basement, plus obviously put more excuse me, put outlets over here for the Kinect and 360, outlets in my game room, so that all the retro systems and stuff I might need in there will be done. But I have played some games. I got DC Universe Online for a little bit because one of my friends was like, oh, that'd be cool to play, so jumped on. 3 of us were on, and we picked like a needle tower high up in the world, and we all went out there to, because we've never seen each other's characters before. And then as me and this one person were just around the world, all of a sudden the game started to lag really bad. And it was both of us who experienced it, not one of us. So it wasn't on our end or my end, it was obviously the game lagging. But I didn't stay on it too long. I do want to spend more time on it, level up, just see if I really like that game a lot, or is it, because I really haven't spent a lot of time into it yet. And then I got back in Terraria again. I've kind of changed what I'm going to do in that game. I am going to, besides the other night, literally all these creatures are coming, and you have your I had my assault gun, and you're like, bow, 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 trying to take them out. Eventually ran out of ammunition. But because I don't have all the most powerful weapons, and like my friends got the wings, I only got rocket boots, so I can only go so high. They got the wings, they can fly higher, and that I want to just spend time grinding like an RPG and get more money so I can either buy that stuff or buy the stuff to craft that stuff and put on my character. That's what I want to do in Terraria now. One of the guys in our game actually built a Mega Man, replica Mega Man in the game. It looks really cool, really awesome, because he found sites that show you how to do that stuff. So it's really cool. It's really cool looking. And but the other game I played was I decided to put Mortal Kombat back in my 360. I haven't played it in a while. And some people like are Street Fighter fans, their go-to game, or Tekken. Mine's Mortal Kombat. So I put it in, and it's been so long since I played it. Excuse me. There are 4 compatibility packs that have come out since the last time I played that game. So what's cool about the compatibility packs, by the way, is that each one has new skins for the characters, some characters, and you have to download them in order to play online. Like one of the packs has the Mortal Kombat 2 skin for Kintara. One of them has the Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 skin for Sub-Zero. So you get something for downloading. It's just not. It also has obviously fixes to the game and stuff like that. And obviously the online has been fixed too. But I only played the arcade mode on the game. I played with Jax because I don't think I've ever beat the game with Jax. So I beat the game with Jax. Got to Shao Kahn. I beat him the second time through. The second time I played him. Because the first time, that hammer that can hit you from behind, when you're swinging it behind, he got me, so wasn't used to playing him, because Shao Kahn can be a pain in that game. So I really do enjoy Mortal Kombat. I do want to play more of that today. Today I'd like to play a little bit of that today. But I did pack up my Dreamcast, and I put it away. Because I told Derek the Completionist this, that he told me if I start playing a certain game, I need to finish it this time. He'd like to see me finish it. I consider that a challenge, and that is Xenogears that I got on the PlayStation 1 recently. One of the game when I think of PlayStation 1, that is one of the games that come to my mind, because I remember buying that game. It looks so cool in the magazines. It looks so cool in the back of the box. I put it in. I absolutely fell in love with that game, but I never beat it because I got frustrated with a certain boss and I quit. So this time around, I'm going to put in. I'm going to play through it this time all the way to the end. It may take me a while, but I'm going to beat it this time. Because that game has a beautiful soundtrack. I just love, the whole, just everything about that game. I love that game. So I can't wait to dig into that game and play through it again. I've been deciding this week, what do I want to get? Because, War Games DEFCON 1 for the PlayStation 1 was a game me and my wife rented, and we fell in love with that game. It's very loosely based off the original War Games movie. And I was debating on getting that or Treasures of the Deep. I do want to get Wild Arms, but right now, maybe, I don't know, maybe. But Treasures of the Deep, I was deciding, do I want Treasures of the Deep or do I want War Games DEFCON 1? Which one do I want more? And I was looking up on eBay, because my local store doesn't have those games, unfortunately. And so, talking about Mega Replay, where I go to get my games here, my friends I talk to are jealous, because they don't have a store that sells games that cheap, It's kind of funny when you talk to people in certain parts of the world that living here and having like retro game stores and stuff are kind of like, or pawn shops, it's not that hard to get old games. But talk to somebody who like doesn't have access to that stuff, it's like, wow, you just don't, you think that that's everywhere. You think, if you go on YouTube all the time, think, well, everybody has access to retro games, and that's actually not the case. So, unless they order it offline and get it shipped there, obviously. So, yep, that's today's cleaning up day. Maybe get a little bit of game time in. But that's all for now, guys. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.